So what kind of mess did Jeff get us into?
A very big one. A gross one.
A gross one. I didn't show you the beginnings of demoing this out because I didn't want to gross anybody out. It was bad. But we had a disgusting toilet here, a little sink here, a little pedestal sink, a wall that just about fell out whenever we tore it out. Had the great pink and gray tiles on the walls, and a little partition wall that just came to about here. This whole layout stinks, so we're gonna change it up. But the fun part is, in that trap, it goes down through the wall of the vent stack, it goes down to the basement, and I'll show you later, it's all cracked, it's all cast, and it's all cracked. So apparently if you leave a battery in a GoPro overnight or 2 nights, it sucks life out of it, I don't know. But anyway, back to this. This thing weighs a ton. 2 men and a boy must have brought it up here, but we only got 2 guys, so we're going to show you how to bust up a tub. I'm wearing my PPE, I don't know about you, but I did forget the big sledge.
Okay.
But I got the little sledge, that's for you. You might want your hearing protection. This is what I call a stress test. This will stress your heart test to see if it's any good, because it gets the heart rate up. So basically, I got it right down through here with the sledge. I hit it right in the corners here. Basically break it in 2. Don't hit your hands on the metal when you're doing this. Gloves or no gloves. Pretty stout one. It's better with the sledge. Got it all cracked there, but this is bouncing around so much. The whole tub is so loose in here that it's absorbing the energy. It's absorbing it right from me. My cousin Tim loved doing this for some reason. Woo! It's the heart rate going.
Getting
almost there. That part right there, the home breaks easy. Want to give it a try?
Dwayne, look how close you are. You're so close to completing all of your work.
Uh-huh.
You're so close to completing all of your work.
I've never been able to do this in one sitting. I've always had to take a break.
I don't blame you.
It's good for you. It don't kill you.
See, I'm helping you. I'm making you exercise right now.
Yep, my wife will be happy. She said I don't get enough cardio.
You're welcome, Lisa.
Boy, that's stubborn right there. It's actually cracked. I'm gonna go pop it. You know, you're still heavy. Wear gloves. I had gloves on.
Yeah. Yes, you did.
Well, they were rubber gloves. Now, what did you just say earlier today about your sneeze?
I've never sneezed less than 3 times.
What did you just do? Sneeze 3 times?
Sneezed 3 times.
That's it. Josiah's allergic to this project. We can't work here. It's just that easy. Yeah, you get the next one, Josiah.
Alright.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah.
You never know what you're going to find. That's crazy. You put that right around the nice baseboard trim. And then they replaced all the rest of it with one box. Now, should I film us struggling trying to take these down?
Yeah.
You're turning red. Why are you turning red, Josiah?
100 degrees in here. This thing's pretty heavy.
Uh-huh. Now you know why I broke it in half. Can't even move it out in half. Step. Can you get that? There we go. One step at a time. You know what's fun? The next set of steps. Hey, I got my PPE on now. I got my gloves on. All rag. Somebody put ladder on. Wasn't me. Can you get around it? I mean, you can take thermostat out. We don't need heat. It's too hot in here as it is. I love making jokes while people are struggling. Make them laugh. Step 1. A 2-part process that requires 2 halves. So this is step 1 of what, 4 actually, because we got to get it. Yeah, can't get it up and over the railing. That's for
I'm about to unscrew the railing.
And let's let her fly.
That's fine.
Nice.
Why not?
Indeed. Why not? Let's come back to the mayhem. I gotta ask, how does toilet paper get inside the wall and down there like that? And there was some other unmentionable we found earlier down there, and it's like, how did that stuff get down in there when there was no hole here? I don't get it. There was 2 pieces of baseboard trim. There was one in front of that one. I think it matches my house, but I got the nut off from the brass here, and it won't come apart here, but I can turn that. That's soldered into the drain here. It's soldered in, and yet it's turning, so that tells me that was leaking before. But I'm hoping when we... Oh, it didn't come apart. Oh, now it's turning independently, broke it free. All that banging around. But all this plumbing's moving. I don't know what in the world is going on. Well, I knocked that free, and I didn't want to tear it apart because there's a trap. It's downstairs somewhere. And not a lot of water spilled, so that's good. So apparently that wasn't put together very well. There's more leaks in this place. I don't know what. Sieve. I was going to say Noah's Ark, but it didn't leak. That was actually water bolt. Waiting on you, buddy. That's part of that pedestal sink that was in there. Wasn't attached to the wall. Grabbed hold and pulled it right out. Gotta love it. You got lag bolts on them things? Oh, you can't get the gun in there, huh? No. Oh well, alright. This may take a while. Alright, I had to give a last minute assist.
Yep. It's off.
It's
okay.
off.
It's off.
Yeah. Oh no, I scratched up the paint. I hope that's Jeff's fence. If it isn't now, it will be. You know, if it was the other way, it would have slid. It's around it. Don't go down with it, Dwayne. Acceptable.
Yeah.
Good, not great. Hey, for one guy doing it. Okay. That was part A. Now on to part B. Ready? Very anticlimactic. Hey, come down here and look at the front. That's why it's so heavy. Made in the United States by American Standard. Radiator and sanitary. So, but it says Louisville, but a lot of these were made in Salem, Ohio, because Salem, which isn't very far from here, they had American Standard, and they used to make the cast iron radiators and tubs and old urinals, really big old funky ones that they used to have. Maybe if I can find one, I'll put it up on the picture. Yeah. Anyway, they had those in the plant down there at Salem. I used to fix forklifts down there, and it was pretty cool because it was an old building, and they had the tub line. I could see how they make tubs and stuff down there, and they spray the porcelain coating on it and all that and bake it. It's pretty neat.
That's cool.
Look at this date. 11/9 of 54. Wow. All right, we better get you cleaned up.
Workers' comp.
Yeah. I gave you PPE, I had a rag.
Yeah, I know you did.
Don't know if it shows up in camera or not, but I don't know. All I can say is that's about where the stink pipe is. I think it's in that wall. So, did they curve it out, throw the stink pipe in there and cover it up? Oh, what a mess. I think this is about the nicest thing in this room. More that pink tile. Yeah, I like how they just screwed with 3-inch screws the 1x onto the walls. Yep. And painted it. Good enough. Oh well. It worked. So, how's your cut? No big deal, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's all this real fine stuff that I broke off of there. I mean, that would cut you up and put like fine little paper cuts, basically, is all it comes down to. That's all it was. Told you, strangest things in this house. Mm-hmm. Butterfly wings. Fly! Tore up some floorboards. Found some nice quality plumbing. So, they had a rubber fern coat connector here going out over to the tub. And as you saw, most of that stuff fell down, so that was leaking. Now, start checking it out. Got another fern coat here. And then tapped on that, that's all busted up and clogged and everything else. So that's gotta go. So it's a good thing we're doing what we're doing. There's more than one leak. But my game plan is to get this octopus out of here. Hopefully, because this is the stink pipe back in this wall right here. So the collar is right up underneath there. So I'd like to try to save either this junction, which would be fine, or that one, whatever one, cut all the rest of this out, and then it goes underneath me and turns and goes down through the wall to the basement, which there it's all cast, it's all broken up and leaking. So this is just the only way to do it right. And so that's our game plan. See how it goes. So we wondered why this bathroom sink stunk so bad. I mean, it was horrible. Well, one thing is that fern coat just fell out. It wasn't even in there very far, probably like that. Yeah. So it just like pulled out when I went to yank it. But check this out. This old galvanized pipe. Completely clogged. Nice. And that is why it stunk. Well, that went well. Next stage. That guy. And the fun continues. A little clogged. Wow. I mean, some of that might have been the oakum from around the joint, but I don't think so. No. That's all the way. So I'm glad nobody's been in here for a while. No real major germs, all of them pretty much killed and dead. That's why I like to work from above down. I'd rather take the floorboards up and not have to mess so much with the ceiling down below that's plastered. Mitigate the damage, plus you're underneath having all this crap fall on you. And I'm right next to a wonderful window and open door and air flowing through. But how did the toilet seat bolt get way down underneath there? And it wasn't us. That was underneath the tub. How in the world? I don't know. Skill, baby. Knocked that all out. Tapped that till it cracked it. Work it off. And there's the oakum that they sealed these with. Who needs a fancy cutter, right? Well, I didn't say it was going to fall. They are under pretty good, I'll tell you that. It's amazing how they sealed those. And it lasted. But the crap that's in there is just unbelievable. When you see all this fell out. This is the vent side of that. Vent stack side. Speak English now. So anyway, but the rest of this is all coming out. But that's exactly how I wanted it to turn out on pickle paint. We'll utilize that. Everything else new. So check this out. All this was newspapers. It was all stuffed down in here. What'd you say that one was? A bunch of grapefruits?
A basket of grapefruits for 75
Oh, yeah,
cents.
75 cents for a basket of grapefruits. And I don't know, some state tax was shot down by the federal government. Believe it or not.
Something happened on December 18th.
December 18th?
Yep.
How'd you know that?
Because it said December 18th.
Oh, you saw it? Okay. No more rotted pipe. Look at that. I mean, that's just horrendous. And they were living like this. No wonder this smelled so bad. I mean, like I said, there hasn't been anybody up here for some time now, but when we were downstairs, I knew it leaked because I was here a long time ago and it was just stink down the wall. You could tell it was draining into the basement. And it's like, Jeff, we got to do something about this. This is nasty. But this is really good because we can get all this up here. I think I can actually rerun my pipe right down through the same chase between the downstairs wall. I thought I was going to have to tear down. They took the patch out and so that I can make access, and we were just going to run in the corner, over in this corner. We were just going to make a box and run the pipe right down through here. But saying that we can pull this out, because I mean, look, if we can pull this out, I'll just run down the same chase, run all new pipe. and we'll be golden. And then this area is going to be the shower anyway. So we're going to tear all this floor up, and this way we can level the floor, put the 3/4 down, and we can set it level top. So this is going to work out really, really well. Well, our evil genius plan worked. To say it's cracked is an understatement. There ain't been a bit of this plumbing that's been any good, you know. And this piece is cracked over here. Got her up out of the hole. Minimal damage. To show you what it looks like down here. So I just took the baseboard trim out, cut a hole, reached in there and hammered that until it cracked. Now, let's see if we can get this piece up out of there. Here, hold it. I'm probably blocking everything. I forgot how high this is down there. Oh, not that high. Oh. No, I can't get it up. I could. I'll make it work. There we go. Good thing it still toes on.
It's alright.
Oh, now we gotta fish a new pipe in now. Yay. So we're gonna show you Josiah's first plastering job.
That's not mine.
Oh, I hope it comes out on camera. Oh my goodness. That is something else. Yep. You don't own up to that one, huh? I don't blame you. No, he didn't do it. That was here. Things look a little different. We got a few things done. It's been a real struggle. This bathroom has been a real pain in the neck. So, oh, you just set that there. Okay. Anyway, plumbing was a pain to get everything lined in right, but we got it. And then I cut my thumb. I knew better. Inside these walls, they would always put the straight razor blades down inside the medicine cabinet. I had a slot and they threw them down in there while I was running this electric wire down through there. And I looked down and I was like, I don't see anything. Just a little bit of debris at the bottom. And I went to reach in to pull the wire down and a bunch of razor blades. That felt good. So we were just having lots of fun. As you can see, the back of that wall had that bow, that curve to it. So we had to kind of shimmy everything out there to make it work. So we got a little bit of a gap behind there. But our drain, not enough clearance to get enough slope to make everything work out right like we wanted to. So we just ran several 2x4s to raise up our floor. And we leveled the ply we put down there first so that everything is level. And it turned out pretty good. We got our vanity sink hook up. I ran a wire over for a GFI and a light up there. So now we're gonna put some drywall on her, put lipstick and mascara stuff and some flooring and get out of here. Fortunately, we don't have to finish the mud, but somebody else is doing that.
Yeah, excited about that.
Yeah, really excited because I've about had enough of this place. Sorry, John. So, is it cheating if it's just plain smart? Mocked it all up before I set the panel on there. So I know where my center line is and crimped all this together. I'll set the panel in here. My block will float. I had to extend these anyway. Usually I put shut-off valves, but we're not going to have access to the panel or anything to shut these off, so we're not going to have shut-off valves. So I'm just going to extend that. Same with this one, extend it up. So that way I mocked it all up and we're good to go. Here's the top. That I can actually do at the top there. Once it's in here, I got enough room to get the tool in there. But this thing's so big, it takes so much room that it's really awkward sometimes. You really got to plan out your crimps. I do like it, but I wish they had a little indent in here for the rings to set in so that it wouldn't slide all over the place when you go and put it on a piece of pipe. Not on a piece of pipe. Well, there we go. Yeah, so it doesn't just slide all over and you're trying to hold your fitting in and you're ring at the right spot and then try to get the crimper around it without moving anything. Just a lot of it. So that's why I try to mock up everything I can before I get to my final last couple of crimps. Anyway, this thing is coming along. So I don't do a whole lot of soldering anymore, but there's one thing I do solder. So I put a drop ear when I do my tub spouts. I put drop ear right here, crimp it. That way you can do pecs everywhere. Can flex a little bit. I mean, this is really pretty solid tub there, but it's round. Anyway, I mount that block solid, but I solder that pipe. And then this one, I don't usually have to solder both ends and thread it. And getting that depth right for the spout's a little tricky sometimes, but this one's nice because this is a slide on with the lock, and that's all there is to it. So I just need to cut that and put that Allen wrench, tighten that down. Got an O-ring in there, easy peasy. So I'll have to see how far they want it to come out, cut that off and bolt that on. But I like to have that good and solid up here too, so that if anybody hangs anything from it, you know how some people do, they put the little, whatever you call that, rack to go on a shower head for soap and shampoo and stuff. So anyway, so I like to make that solid and that solid. Also, kids do grab spouts, and sometimes even if an adult's falling, they could too. So it's worth making those good and solid. All right, finish this plumbing up and get the drywall on. Isn't she beautiful? Actually, for 50s metal drawers, they came out pretty decent. Kid painted them all right. But has anybody, comment below if anybody's seen a sink like this. It has a hole back here, if you can see it. This is a slot and a hole in the front. And you got a hole here. Yet it has 3 holes. It has 2 holes and a slot. I've never seen a sink like this before. I'm sure there's some kind of a funky faucet that they put in those, but it's pretty unique. So I figured out how to do this sink. So I just drilled 3/8 holes through there. Took the studs out that were originally in here because they didn't line up with the holes in the sink. This thing is definitely bizarre. Can't find any information on a sink like this that has a slot in it like that. But anyway, cut a little piece of metal. I'm gonna caulk that in there. Tighten that down. Put sprayer right here, filled that hole in. That gotta work. It's better than nothing. So there's no big reveal on this job because we're not finishing it. So we did get the flooring in, and he had 1-bys for baseboards. So we basically just put them right back where they were. So it's not pretty. And then since we had to build the tub up and we had the 1-bys, we stuck it. I've never done that before. Put a 1-by along a tub, but it'll work. So whenever the other guy is doing some work here, caulk everything and do a little finishing and mud it in and paint it. I'll probably have to come back and put the pedestal sink in and a light. I think that's about it for me here anyway. Move on to the next one of Jeff's adventures.
Can't wait.
Oh boy.